Hi guys. Today what I'd like to go over is what's called the crab walk. So this is a position that is very beneficial for floor mobility. So actually being here on the floor. God forbid if you find yourself on the floor, I want you to know exactly what you need to do in order to get back up. Another thing to mention is that when we're on the floor, it should be totally safe. There's nowhere left to go. And I want you to feel comfortable there. It's a very safe place to do these exercises, and it's something that is a really great workout, really builds a lot of confidence, and limits that kind of fear of being on the floor. So without further ado, I want to go over what's called a crab walk. So I'm going to be getting into a position of this crab walk. So first I'll show you in this direction. So here, what I'm going to do, I want to make sure I'm nice and wide apart. So I have my feet at least shoulder width apart, my hands are kind of flat down, and I'm just nice and wide here with all of my bases of support, both my arms and my legs. Okay, I'm going to get in the same position in a different angle here, so you guys can see me here. Now what I'm doing, again, I have my feet nice and wide apart, I have my knees fairly close to my body, my arms are going to be behind my shoulders. So this is that good kind of crab walk position. Here, what I notice a lot of people having difficulty with is shifting their weight back over their shoulders. So here, I'm really exhausting myself. I'm wiping out and I'm fatiguing my arms. So what I can do to combat that is kind of shift my weight forward. I want to focus and concentrate all of my body weight around my waist, okay? So what I can do to do that is bring my nose toward my knees, okay? So that's just a little trick there to kind of focus the majority of your body weight around your waist. What we can do for an exercise in this position is in this kind of static position, so just being here, is really kind of pushing my hips up. So bringing my hips up off the floor. And what I'm doing here is taking my feet and really digging them down into the ground. But I'm also doing that same thing with my arms. So I'm really pushing down with both my feet and my arms to get my hips up. So you can do these kind of hip ups here several times. You can even do this maybe 10 times just to build up that strength. In addition, what we can do now is add some dynamic motion to this by moving in this crab walk position. So what I can do first, I'll kind of scoot back here so you can see me, is developing a plan and putting that plan in place of how to mobilize in this crab position. So what I like to do, if you can find yourself here, if I want to move toward, right in front of me, I'm going to straighten out my legs, bring my hands forward. What I can do here is push up with my hands and kind of slide my bottom forward. Okay? So just to do that same sequence of events, my legs are straight, I'm going to move my hands forward, and I'm going to, here I can kind of dig in with my heels. So I'm digging in with my heels. Those are straight leg, digging in with my heels. My hands are a little bit closer. I'm digging in with my heels, I'm pushing up with my hands, and here I can kind of slide my bottom forward. So that motion there is a really good exercise. What I'm doing is I'm digging in with my heels, I'm pushing down with my hands, and I'm kind of pulling myself forward with my legs, in addition to pushing myself forward with my hands. So it's kind of a combination between your lower body and your upper body to mobilize here. You just repeat that same sequence to move forward. Now to move backward, it's that same sequence, just in reverse order. So I like to move my hands a little bit further back. My knees are kind of scrunched up. So I'm going to push up and then push up with my arms, but push back with my legs. And now I'm in this position. I've moved my bottom under my shoulders. And I'm going to repeat. So I'm moving my hands back and bringing my knees forward. I'm going to do my best to try and lift my butt up a little bit and push with my legs. Okay? So that's kind of a moderate level to do this crab walk. Once you develop enough strength, you can actually maintain this crab walk position. Now here, another little balance exercise and weight distribution exercise is able to kind of understand when I'm shifting my weight forward. So right now the majority of my weight's over my feet. Now here, it's over my hands. So just even kind of focusing on shifting your weight back and forth in this crab walk position is really going to be beneficial to understanding the mechanics of our weight shifting. Okay? So that's a nice little exercise to do as well. One other thing that's really challenging and would really kind of add a cardiovascular aspect to the exercise is being in this crab walk position, but then mobilizing. So I'm walking forward or walking backwards. Okay? I can also go out to the side as well. So if I want to turn off this way, and if I want to make my way to my right, if I have the strength, I can bring my bottom up off the ground, move my feet, move my hands, and kind of crab walk off in that direction. If we need a modification there, what we can do, similarly to how we were doing in the forward and backward direction, piece by piece we're going to develop this plan to mobilize off toward the right. So I'm going to move my hands, I'm going to move my feet, then I move my bottom. Hands, feet, bottom. So if I want to go off to the left now, hands, feet, bottom. Okay? So in this position I want to be nice and wide. I have my hands nice and wide. I can move my feet over, move my hands over, then move my bottom. Okay? So those are just some examples of how we can mobilize more efficiently on the floor. Thanks.